We're starting way around the corner over there. Going all the way. Past that bridge you can barely see out there. About 10 miles past it. Are we gonna make it? Am I gonna sink? Well, we'll find out. Hey there, welcome to GFI Reviews. Well, this whole week my wife's been telling me, all you wear is flannel. You need to spice up your wardrobe. And then as I was walking out here to do this little bit of filming, she hands me this little number. Well, that's more like it. Welcome to GFI Reviews, where the goal is to encourage people to go for it. This one's going to be a little bit different here. I'm going to show you this time how you can have a once-in-a-lifetime sailing adventure on a budget that's smaller than Odd Job. The plan is simple. We're going to take this old 34-year-old AMF Sunfish. We're going to take it 50 miles across Choctawhatchee Bay and back. And we're going to do it faster than anyone else. Now, I've done some research and I couldn't find any records of anybody doing this or attempting to do this before in a tiny open class dinghy sailboat. So as far as I know, we're setting a record by doing this, if we do it. Because there's a couple problems. Well, first off, my sailing experience rivals that of probably Mr. Smee, and my boat leaks worse than an off-brand diaper. It'll be interesting either way. Let's get to it. Hope you enjoy it. The 1986? Yeah, we'll say it's 86. AMF Sunfish. Well, we can just see. All you gotta do is look right back here on these guys. Let's see, AMF, there it is. It is 86, so what's that make it? 34 years old? Goodness, she's getting up there. These little boats here, they kind of hit their popularity back in the 60s and 70s. I got her from a guy, this one and the trailer, for $800 on Craigslist. But the last time I put this thing in the water, man, she started filling up faster than the bathroom at the halftime show. On the splash guard here, you can see this thing is, she's been through many phases. We had the white phase, and then I guess the greenish or turquoise, then blue, and then finally red. There's the sail, mast, it's all original. You can get these old Sunfish anywhere from $3,000 to a good one for $500 for one kind of like this. Biggest thing is a lot of them leak, and there's foam inside here and it fills up with water. And when it does, man, these suckers are heavy and slow. So if you're looking to try sailing, have wanted to try it, or you're just bored, pick up one of these guys. $800 on Craigslist, and it was pretty rough. I'll tell you, it had a good layer of dust, and there was definitely some mold growing. Cleaned her up just a little bit, and you know what? I'll be danged if she floated. So before I go take this thing out in the bay and sink and have to swim 2 miles back to shore and shark-infested waters, let's take a look and see what I could maybe fix on here. So first off, we know she leaks, and she leaks pretty good. I'll show you how to fix that for a couple bucks. I mean, it's not It's pretty easy to fix it. I'll show you how. And so she's been dripping out on the garage floor right here. There's all the salt residue, mainly coming out of this drain here. Instead of replacing it or doing fiberglass work, I just ran a bead of silicone. And the guy before me, he did the same thing, and I think that's that flex tape he put on there. Saw some big cracks in here, and you know what? I just threw some silicone in there because I'm gonna have to end up stripping everything down, and I'll really get into this and sand it all down and repaint it. It'll look nice, but that's for another day. Where did I put that? Why can't we find anything around here when we need it? Oh yeah, that's right. Because I just throw junk randomly on shelves. Because that's smart. Oh, there it is. Okay. We need to cut an inspection port, they call it in here, which is just a hole in the hole. Wait, is that right? Hole in the hole, H-U-L-L. And we'll put this guy on there so we can see inside there and just look for any really severe cracks, or you know, kind of look and see how full of water the styrofoam is. Today we got 5 oceans, and I chose this one because it was the cheapest one on Amazon. Here's the center board, and she has, I mean, she's starting to develop some pretty good cracks here, but you know what, it's not bad. I know there of a couple holes in the sails. I mean, little guys, you know. Yeah, you know, we'll just not worry about it. This tiller, she's, I'm fairly certain there's a piece that's supposed to go there. This is the original tiller, I'm sure of it, from, you know, 86. And she's cracked, and, you know, people have put a couple screws in here to try to hold her together. Here's a couple big cracks here. How long are those screws, I wonder? Do they go all the way down? Oh, almost. They don't go all the way, they just go to there. So that's not going to do it. If that snaps and splits all the way down, that's going to just cut right in half, and then I'll have no tiller. I won't be able to steer. Now, I'm not a shipwright, so I'm not sure exactly what type of wood you make these things out of. We're gonna do the most responsible thing. You know, order in some nice fresh teak or mahogany, finish it, cut it to shape, sand it, plane it, all that stuff. No. You guys know we do things the cheapest way possible. So we're gonna take this thing, we're gonna take that hardware off, and you know what? I'll be danged if we are not going to try to cut a piece of plywood and make it our tiller. You don't need the best, you need the cheapest. No, that can't be right. That's a horrible idea, just dumb. All right, let's see what's in this thing after 35 years. Okay, well, obviously some water in there. That right there is called the daggerboard trunk, because that's this. This thing, this daggerboard is down straight into there. So let's get in here and take a look. All right. Back in there, I can't see much. How much water's back there? You see any cracks? I don't see many. What about up here? What's that look like? That's where the mast goes through, that pole right there. I want to see that water slosh around here. Lift her up a little bit. There's some of the water. Now bring her back. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. She's got some water. You're gonna stick your hand through a freshly cut hole in fiberglass. Probably use gloves, but it didn't look too bad. I'll show you how you can fix, get all the water out of here and fix the leak. And it doesn't require fiberglass. Using an alternate method. Now you know my plan, and I'm not going to be doing any fiberglass work. I'm just going to bring this pump. I don't know, what's that? Gallon? Pretty gross. But I'll tell you what, that $12 pump works pretty good. Yeah, I was just joking around about, you know, not fixing it. We'll do the fiberglass work and get her looking good someday, but for this little trip, it's getting colder here, and I just really want to go. I want to show you the cheapest possible way to do things, because a lot of guys, they keep putting it off because it's too expensive or I don't have enough time. Well, I'm showing you the quickest, easiest way. Maybe not the safest, but yeah, if I make it out okay, you probably will too. Turns out, now that I think about it, I don't actually have any stainless steel screws. I was considering taking some out of this splash guard and just using them, but you know what? We'll get a couple and just throw them in there. It'll be like $1, not much, but I will have to go to the parts store and get those, so we'll save that for tomorrow. Come on off there. Oh, there we go. Let's see if this comes off now. Oh my. Oh dear, oh dear. Well, if there was any doubts as to whether this was the original tiller from 1986, well, I'm not in doubt anymore. Oh, you piece of junk. Boy, that salt water does a number on stuff, doesn't it? Yeah, let's just go for it, I guess. Yep. Essentially, it's just a chunk of plywood that looks like a rudder, but it'll probably do the job. No, we'll see. This guy goes underneath the traveler line, and then put this here. Okay, so that's how she's going to work. Seems to work all right. Now, let's see if it'll pop up like it's supposed to. Pull forward. If you pull forward on this, it's supposed to pop right up. Well, there you go. You hit some shallows or whatever, it'll kick right up. Then you push this back down, slaps right into position. Yeah, so I misjudged this gap here. I don't know, not too important, but it'll be all right. As you can see, I got a lot more sanding I should do. I should seal it up too, if I'm honest with you, but I'm not going to. I just don't have time. No. I got plenty of time. I'm just too lazy. I think I got most of the work done on the boat. The other when was it? I guess it was about a week ago when I was filming that. And I finished her up tonight. Let me show you. I got this inspection port all buttoned up here. Yeah, I just finished her up. It was pretty quick. I was gonna film it, but it was boring, and plus I was looking at some of the footage there. And to be honest with you, I realized the jeans I was wearing were more ripped than Chuck Norris in the 80s, so did not want to wear those. Wife might get a little bit jealous. I wanted to show you what all I'm taking here, and these are all the items kind of just laid out there. I guess I better say I'm not sponsored by anybody. This is just stuff I just got. So obviously bringing water, 2 gallons here. They got some lights, a few extra batteries. This little guy, I'm gonna string him up on the top of the mast here. That'll be our running light, one of them. As you can tell here, the Sunfish, this unit does not have any lights on it. Kind of made for day sailing. So I ordered this little guy. Innovative lighting, it says there. Yeah, look at that. You know, we'll suction cup this guy on the front there. So we got our red and green. Red goes on the left there, guys. Remember that. Red port left. There's no red port left. That's how I remember it anyway. Got just a bucket here in case we need to bail out. Also in case we need to do the business. Don't know if I'm going to film that. We'll see. Of course, got a knife. This here somebody got me several years ago, but just kind of a standard survival kit. Flint and steel, compass, rain poncho, some rope. Flex seal tape supposedly works underwater. I don't know. Of course, I got the handyman welder here. Some rubber bands too. Might need those. Brought me a compass too. You know, I'm not going far, but I'll tell you what, in the dense fog, it's good just to know which direction you're headed. A little bit of food here, thermos for some hot chocolate, because something I didn't tell you, I'm trying to do this trip and it's mid-December. And I'll tell you what, even though we're in Florida, it's colder than a brass toilet seat in the Yukon. It's going to be probably in the 30s or 40s at night, so it's going to be kind of chilly. And then of course, I'll have at least one hot meal. We got the old MRE out there. Not sure how old this one is. It's good until 23. Who am I kidding? Then we got the baler here. That's why we drilled that hole up there, so when this thing fills up with water, we can just pump it right out. You know, I've done a little bit of work to try to slow the leaking down, but it still leaks pretty bad. I got this little guy here, and this is pretty slick now. I mean, it's a battery bank. You've seen them before. You plug in your phone, you can charge it 3 or 4 times off of this, but the reason I got this little guy is this here on the front, that's actually solar panels. So this guy, you put him out in the sun, I guess he'll charge right up. Now, it did say on the package that's a secondary charging, and that would take, you know, like a week to charge fully, but it's good to have an emergency. It has a flashlight on there. It came with a little compass here. Let's see. That is definitely not north. Oh, now it works. Oh, and you can put your phone back here and it charges it wirelessly. Your phone can do that, so tell you what. For only 30 bucks, this little unit's slicker than bacon grease on the kitchen floor. Of course, just got this little thing for the old pocket computer. Cell phone, you know. But that's it. We'll pack this up, get it ready to go in the morning, and we'll take off. All right, here at the launch. Getting stuff ready to go. Beautiful day today. Not even cool at all. It's probably in the 70s right now, but forecast to get down in the 50s tonight. Not too worried about it. I bet the water's maybe around 60 degrees. Anyway, I'm gonna get this finished up here. Mounted this light up here, tied it on as a safety. But that's everything in there. And these sunfish are super easy to rig up. I'll show you the whole process another day, but the quick thing is pretty much you unroll the sail, you stick it down, stick the mast here through this gooseneck down into this mast slot, hoist up on the halyard there to pull it up. It's not pulled up right now. And then you just feed the main sheet right here. Yeah, I know it's confusing. Sheet means rope in sailing, but that is the main sheet. It's the rope that controls the main sheet, so Anyway, and that really is all there is to it. You can't get a easier rigged boat than a Sunfish. Okay, I gotta stop talking. We gotta get this train rolling. And now it was finally time. Once I entered the open water and hoisted that sail, there was no turning back for me. In case of disaster, my only escape would be trying to swim back to shore. But my mind was made up. I was determined to go the distance, no matter what might happen. That record was mine. About this little trick here. So this is a little technique. It's a stealth steering method. You know, I'm not touching it and it holds it pretty straight, which is essential on a long trip like this. It's called sheet to tiller. You know, they got the main sheet here. It's tied onto the tiller. They've been using this for hundreds of years, mainly on bigger boats. It works okay on the Sunfish. I don't have it set up right. The idea is, if the wind gets stronger, it pulls the tiller this way, makes it come off the wind. And then the idea is, if it comes off the wind too much, tension in this isn't as much, and the bungee pulls stronger, goes this way, comes back on the wind. So, it works pretty good. On the Sunfish here, you just got to play with that bungee to get the tension right. Man, this thing is on its last legs. I just noticed that. Hopefully it holds. We got rope in here. We'll figure it out. I need to make that a little tighter, I can tell, but you just play with it and you get it set up right and it holds you pretty good. This first leg of my trip was going awesome. I had a good breeze from the east-southeast. My spirits were high. I was making good time. And my plywood rudder was working great. My leak repairs also seemed to be holding as well. The boat was taking about a gallon every 2 hours, which I would just pump out. I was averaging about 4.5 knots, and made it to the first turnaround point, the west end of the bay, in just about an hour. After that, I had to beat my way east, upwind. But the breeze slowly shifted to the south, and it was a truly gorgeous evening. What it's kind of like here going upwind. Come on now, boat. I'm steering with my foot here, so that's what you got to do sometimes. Trying to hold that point there. There's our last peak of sunlight there. Alright. Well, I'm gonna get this set up a little bit better for night running here. Got my light turned on there. Lantern's up there. You can't see it, it's flipped on the other side, but I just got her hanging up there. This is probably about the last little bit of filming I'm gonna be able to do before night sets. It's still a beautiful evening. It's starting to get a little bit chilly. But that's why I got this wetsuit here, so it should stay pretty warm. Just kneeling down here, standing up. If I'm honest with you, this wetsuit's pulled down in the back. I'm just letting the old hind quarter dry out a little bit. There's a boat coming right there. I'll tell you one thing I've learned. Never assume somebody sees you. Because by the time they realize they don't see you, it's too late. Anyway, what a gorgeous evening. Let me teach you one more thing. Sailboats always have the right of way over power boats because sometimes, according to the wind, really dictates where you can turn with a sailboat. For example, you can turn more this way, but when I go this way, I lose my ability to steer. Man, that's beautiful. Well, I'm not sure how much filming I'm going to do tonight, but we're making pretty good time as far as the endurance race goes. It is supposed to, the wind is supposed to pick up. It's also supposed to start raining. So we'll deal with that when it comes, I guess. The waves are going to pick up too. The wind's going, I don't know, forecast 10 to 20 miles per hour is what it said. Maybe it was 15 to 20. Either way, it's fine. It'll be good. The waves are going to pick up some, but that'll be fine. This boat can handle pretty big waves.
And now, as the sun was sinking lower and lower, it was time to get ready for nightfall. For those who have never tried it, boating at night is a completely different experience. I was prepared and my boat was well lit, but navigation becomes much more challenging at night. Landmarks on the coast which guide you by day become invisible, replaced by twinkling lights that all look the same. It can be very easy to get disoriented. You must rely on your navigation equipment and your knowledge, the charts, and the area. The greatest danger comes from other boats, which can now only be spotted by their red and green navigation lights. There are huge barges that move cargo through this area at night, and I can promise you, they're not looking for a tiny sailboat at 2 in the morning.
I'd show you my dinner here. It's that MRE, meal ready to eat, standard issue from the military here. But anyway, it comes in these packs, all waterproof, whatnot. Let's see what we got here. Mexican chicken stew. It's always kind of a mystery what's in these things. Sometimes you win, but most of the time you lose. Mixed fruit. Dang it! No one likes the mixed fruit. Cheese-filled pretzels. Cheddar flavor. Of course, always comes with some gum. This gum contains some laxative because these MREs, they'll plug you up. Oh, first strike. Chocolate flavored nutritious energy bar. Okay, sure. It's cheese spread with jalapenos. Crackers, yep. Chocolate hazelnut protein. All right, and that's it. This pack here, you fill it with water and you can heat up your stuff. What's this? Crushed red pepper. I ain't touching that. Anyway, we'll see how it tastes. At any rate, it'll be hot. I'm gonna give this a check. How much water she's taking on here. Okay.
Let's look in there. Oh, there's water in there. Not too bad. Looks like a couple inches. Several gallons is what that comes down to. But that's what we got. We'll pump it out. It'll be fine. Although it was a dark and moonless night, I pressed on and made slow but steady progress. The night seemed endless. But then, you see that? We've made it through the night. Boy, that was the longest night I've had in a long time. I ain't kidding. Probably can't see much else. Boy, what a beautiful sight. I can't express to you. You just have to experience it. If you've waited through a long, cold, dark night and you see the dawn, well, if you have never done that, you need to at least once. All right, we made it. There's the dawn. Whoo-wee! I just had to get my wetsuit off for a minute because, man, these things were not designed to be worn more than a couple hours here. Yeah, it's cold, I'm shivering, but whew, there's a bombing range over there. They're dropping some big ones. There you go. Get some. Anyway, oh boy, that was a long night. Anyway, yeah, as you can see, I'm not underway right now. I'm just kind of drying out a little bit. Gonna grab a little breakfast here, and then we're gonna keep going and rip it back. Hopefully, we'll be back before dark tonight. That would really suck if we're not. It's supposed to be a really fresh, strong breeze today. We're gonna just milk it for all it's worth. All right. Oh man. Wow. Isn't anything to say. Alright, I'll show you this real quick. I pumped this out maybe 4 or 5 times throughout the night, but I mean, it's not too much water in there. I'll pump it out just because I'm stopped taking a break, but it probably leaks, I don't know, a gallon every 2 hours or so. But man, I just can't get over how gorgeous that is. Let me fix that for you. Wow. I gotta get going because the wind's actually pushing me back. I've probably lost a quarter mile, maybe more. I don't care though, I don't even care because, boy, that was a long, tough night. I just need a little time to get my mind right, get focused. sort out a few things on the boat. Just really put the stuff, put away all the cold gear and stuff, and get set up. It was indeed a long and eventful night. Unfortunately, the footage I captured was pretty much unusable, being that it was simply too dark and I didn't have the right equipment. But here's the highlights. I was nearly wrecked going under the Mid-Bay Bridge due to unfavorable winds, wind disruption from the pylons, and a strong current. Boy, it's gonna be close. We are just about to clip the side, opposite side. There it is, right there. Come on, baby. Come on. We're through. Holy smokes. The sail clipped it at the last second. Oh my God. Oh. Rained on. But it's starting to rain. Yeah, and I saw in the forecast there's a 15% chance. So, yep. Got lost because I didn't trust the unreliable GPS app on my phone, and my compass was stuck. And becalmed for about an hour and a half. That is the sound of being becalmed. But I made it through. Can't see it, but just under the sunrise of the bridge. We just got to get one boat's length within that bridge. We're going to turn around and head back. The wind's really picking up. Should be an easy trip back home. Alright. Well guys, we're getting there. I filled up all the space on my GoPro SD card, so now I'm just trying to film with my phone, so footage probably won't be as good. You know what? That's okay. We'll give it our best shot. Alright, quick update here. To my great displeasure, the sun is going to be covered by these rain clouds. The wind is really kicking up. You can see a few white caps starting to form. I was going to try to film a little more, but it's really getting kind of gnarly. Especially to be using my phone here, which is not waterproof. Anyway, the bridge still eludes me. The wind is coming, obviously the exact wrong direction that I need it to. So, but you know what? I don't care. We're gonna beat our way all the way up to it. So be it. I don't much like quitting, and you know what? I ain't gonna do it. So anyway, I'll see you when I get there. Yep, it is slow going upwind. Barely making much progress at all, but I'll tell you what, I'm not gonna quit. We're gonna make that bridge if it takes all day, and it may. Okay, here it is. Finally, I made it to the 331 bridge, the east side of Choctawhatchee Bay. Mission accomplished. So for all you guys trying to beat my record, you just got to get within, I don't know, we'll call it 50 feet of the bridge here. I'm not gonna show it because I got to put this phone down because the current here and the wind are really tricky today, so don't want to risk going overboard. But it's 9:40. So I made it to the east end in that time period. All right, whoa. All right, I gotta put this away. Are we recording? Yeah, man, we are hauling now. Man, we got the tide with us and the wind. Man, I can't believe it took us 4 hours to make it that distance. We've been going this way about 5 minutes. Oh man, I hope this wind holds. This is just such a welcome break from scraping. I scrapped and fought for every inch of progress towards that bridge for the last 4 hours, man. The wind was in my face, waves were just beating me down, and the wind's actually calmed down probably 5 knots or so. It was probably around 20 this morning. Now it's probably, I don't know, it's probably 12 or 15 now. Anyway, all is well. Alright, well, I know my filming's kind of weird because I'm just using my phone here, and I gotta be really careful I don't get it wet, which is tough in a sailboat. I'm pumped. We made great progress. I'm just hoping we can make it back before dark. That's my one goal today. But if we don't, that's okay. You know, we'll figure it out. It'll be all right. Let's just get going. The tiller handle broke off. I was having so much fun enjoying the high speeds. Put too much stress on it and she broke. Yep. We'll have to figure out something. But you know what? We'll figure something out. We'll make it work. I took one of my paddles I had and I broke off the paddle part. And then, you know, of course I never leave home without the handyman's welder here. And, you know, I just fashioned another side there. So, and then I use about half the roll there, so that'll give it some strength. Of course, you know, I buy the cheapest stuff, so of course I was trying to cut my paddle off and my knife broke. We figured out a way. We persevered. That's the setup. She'll work. So this actually broke again here, so this piece here broke as, you know, within this thing here. So back to the drawing board. So yeah, that tiller broke. I tried to work the boat without the tiller, but you just can't do it, and especially in this super high wind condition. I mean, look at this. This is it's not good anyway. Well, it's just really windy, pretty wavy. Let me tell you something for a second. My papaw was burned really badly in an accident in a paper mill. Boiler exploded when he was on an elevator, and superheated steam burned his body. It fused his hands like this, so he could only move his hands like that. And he should have died, but he lived. And anyway, they told him he was going to be hospitalized for his life. But he said no. He taught himself to walk. He taught himself to do everything a normal person can do with his hands like that. He could write. He even taught himself how to play guitar again. I never thought of him as having a handicap. Anyway, he told me one time, he said, where there's a will, there's a way. And I believe that when I get in sticky situations like that, I always remember him and remember that, you know what, it ain't so bad as you think. He passed away last year from COVID. So I guess I just want to dedicate this trip to him. I'm not worried about it. We're gonna figure it out. I already got an idea. I saw this stick floating by. I think we're gonna use it. Both of these to kind of make a brace here, and then the other part kind of up there in the middle. So I think that's the plan for now. We're not gonna let anything stop us. Let's go. Okay, we're underway again. This was the fix. I'm just really gonna baby it this time, and I think we'll make it. You probably can't tell from the camera, but man, it is it's a little bit wild out here right now. But anyway, we're just gonna take it real easy and don't stretch my stuff because I'm pretty much I'm out of duct tape. The wind, although it's still ripping out here, and the seas they're back down to 3-footers. Hold on. Whoa. Okay, I thought it was calm enough to film, I guess not. So I got the rope in one hand, and the camera in the same hand here. Anyway, yeah, there's still some big rollers out here. Man, and on top of that, of course, I'm using my makeshift steering, so I'm really trying not to overtax it, which is difficult to say the least. Well, one good thing about this is, man, we're hauling. What took us about 6 hours last night, we just did in 2. Think about that for a second. Anyway, I'll try to give you updates if as much as I can here. I thought we were gonna get some shelter from this peninsula here, but it's kicking back up. It looks like it's gonna rain, so we'll see what happens here. All right, I gotta put you down. Oh, maybe I can move my leg. All right there, fellas. She's finally calmed down a little bit. Man, it was ugly out here. Would have been ugly in a real boat, let alone this tiny little dinghy. The bridge is coming up. Man, almost forgot. Last night I was so close to being sucked under one of those pylons, you wouldn't believe it. Cause see, the wind was blowing this direction across there. Sorry, I can't move my hand because I got to keep it on the makeshift tiller there. But the wind was going across there, and as soon as I hit that, went in front of the pylon there, it blocked all the wind, so I lost all steering pretty much. You can't turn around. There's a lot of current that runs under there. Somehow, some way, it squeaked by. The side of the boat was hitting, and actually the boom right there was scraped on the side right as I squeaked out. And that was a close one, I'll tell you what. Yeah, so that's what I almost hit last night where I was worried about getting sucked under. That's what the old mast was dragging on. Don't do it again, you. But this is the bridge here. As you can see there, a lot of water moves through here. Whew, it did it again. Okay, whew, evened out. Man, it's tough to sail under a bridge, I'll tell you what. It's good to be in familiar waters here. I don't much go on the other side of the bridge there. I've only been there a few times, so crossing that and just seeing all the familiar stuff, it's a good sight to see. But it looks like the wind is staying pretty consistent. Should be able to get home pretty much without even having to make a tack, so that's pretty nice. My jaw is literally sore from how much clenching I was doing the past 2 hours or 3 hours, whatever. I've never had that happen. Like, it's literally, my jaw is literally sore from clenching. That's how you know it was a good trip. Well, memorable one anyway. It had been nothing short of an epic trip. I was just a few miles from home now, and I couldn't help but think back and reflect on all that had happened. I'm not a great sailor, and the best that can be said of my boat is that it floats. Well, kind of. To be honest with you, this trip was really not that significant. Many people have gone further and faster in much smaller boats. Someone's even crossed the Atlantic in a boat half this size. But what did I do? All I can say is that I'm an average guy. I have minimal sailing experience, if you couldn't tell. And I can't afford the best boat or gear, but I had an adventure I'll remember it the rest of my life. When I'm an old man, I'll look out over the water with a half smile on my face, and I'll remember. And I want anyone watching to know you can do it too. Okay, there's a big moment right here. When I cross the threshold of these, the endurance race is over. I will have set a new record for small sailboat across Choctawhatchee Bay and back solo. All right, and looks like right. Is it there? Now. Looks like 313. 313, okay. So that was 312, I double checked. So if I think the time I left was 311. So that makes it literally 24 hours and 1 minute. It's the new record. Well, got the boat loaded up here. I just skipped all the boring stuff where I had to paddle up there. It's a long paddle. Anyway, man, setting a new record. 24 hours and 1 minute. Tell you what, somebody can beat that, my hat's off to them. Actually, on top of that, I'm gonna buy a trophy. If anybody beats me, I'll give them that trophy. I was gonna give you a few thoughts to wrap it up, but to be honest with you, I'm so tired, I'm just gonna have to wait. Haven't slept in 24 hours, obviously. But, oh man, I'm walking up from the dock here. That was pretty funny, because I hadn't stood up in 24 hours either. I'll wrap this up another day. Been a few days since we got back here. Let's take a look at the boat. Been sitting here letting it dry out a little bit. You know, she performed great. The biggest mishap we had here was the old tiller. And you know what? Just looking from the state of it when I was fixing this part here, I should have known to change it. Still have my jury-rigged fix on here. Got a handyman's welder around a stick I found. And on the other side, there's a small broken piece of the actual tiller handle thing. And then of course I did the old Girl Scout lashing here because I forgot how to actually lash. The rudder here, it wasn't pressure treated. It was just 3/4 inch plywood. And you know what? Did pretty good. I haven't looked at this since I got back. Couple inches of water back in there. We'll pump her out. The old girl did well. So I guess I want to share some parting thoughts on the Sunfish. So it's a day boat. It's meant mainly just to get out and mess around close to shore. We took her out on a endurance race. She did it. You know, the biggest limitation was me. And you know, I don't fault the boat for that tiller breaking because that was the original 36-year-old one, and well, that was more brittle than Grandpa's back. So, well, there she is, guys. I wasn't kidding you. I did all the research I could. I couldn't find any record of somebody doing this kind of trip in this kind of boat. So you know what? The record's mine right now. We'll see for how long, because if one of you guys beat me, send me the details. And you know what? This trophy's yours.
You gotta come pick it up though.
Well, that'll wrap it up for this time. Had a great time. Appreciate you watching. If you haven't subscribed, please consider that, because I got some more pretty crazy stuff planned. I think you might enjoy it. Anyway, until next time, see ya.